Warning. Some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. The first time I'm using this setup, I connected my camera to this laptop. I connected the mic to this laptop. Now I'm simultaneously, this was nearly a word, film and record audio. I hope you can understand me. And yes, let's head right into it. I recently posted a tier list with camera brands on Threads, and nearly 90% of the time it was called Ragebait. I honestly meant it kind of serious. No, it's primarily about photography. Or nearly, it's about photography. Like digital cameras. There will probably be fan bases be upset. I know this. It's a personal list. I had 90% of these brands in my own hands. I'm primarily a Canon photographer. So you know the basics. Now let's head into it. It's not really scientifically based. It's much more about feeling, a lot of personal opinion. But I'm open to discuss, or to argue, or maybe even fight. We start with the S tier, Leica. Do I have really to get into this? Leica is like a little bit confusing brand until you actually use one. Have you ever been in a Leica store? The people in a Leica store are so unbelievable friendly that it hurts. Like, you can walk into these stores and joke about not having Leica money, and they still be nice to you and say, here is an $8,000 camera, just try it. And if you have enough money on the bank, you even can test it in the streets. But I don't have Leica money. I don't even have Leica deposit money. But they still gave me one of their cameras, like an $8,000 setup, to take some portraits of my girlfriend and my dog. I was absolutely flashed in the store about the quality, the feeling. I joked so much about Leica back in the days. Like, oh, it's not handmade and it's so expensive. Pretentious people only shoot Leica. No, they are that good. It's about the feeling. You feel like a proper photographer if you have a Leica in your hand. Yes, it's ridiculous. Solid blocks of metal, handmade, ridiculously feeling. Good feeling. Definitely not for me because I'm heavily on a budget. It's an experience unmatched. Next, this was the first point of rage baiting. DJI. Yes, phenomenal video cameras, phenomenal action cameras, but have you ever used one to take photos? And there is DJI coming in with drones. They revolutionized drone photography. They are so simple to use. The menus are easy to understand. Like, you don't have to read a manual to actually use their menus. Great stabilization. You can even take raw photos now with action cams. Yeah, they're ultra wide, they have a look to it, but it's like DJI is a brand that actually lives in 2026. While other brands discuss about things and tech and stuff, DJI does it. So, 8 here. I call this almost untouchable, but not perfect. I have my notes here. Let's start with my favorite camera brand of all time, Canon. Simple reason, they have a good lineup, they have camera bodies in each price range. Yes, they are a little bit complicated with third-party manufacturers, but they do have a solid setup. If you buy a Canon R8, as I have, with a 50mm f1.8, you can absolutely work professionally. And a Canon R8 nowadays gets cheaper and cheaper. You can use a Canon R or an RP with a Canon RF 1.8 50mm and good work. You can even buy a Canon 5D Mark II with a Canon EF 50mm f1.4 for like $300 to $400 and you can do professional work. Awesome. Great autofocus, great color science. Yes, it's my color science, but yes, it's that good. Not S tier because of the lenses in the Canon RF full frame mount. Canon, please open it up. It's that easy, and you would even reign the market even more than you do anyways. The next brand, Fujifilm. It's like anti-Canon. What's not really correct, but Fujifilm is for photographers. They have the aesthetics, the film recipes with the JPEGs, fun, manual dials, they look awesome. The only problem I have with Fujifilm cameras is like the autofocus is okay. And I think slowly they get overpriced, especially with the compact cameras. But they have a really good lineup of lenses. Fujifilm DSLRs, actually I don't have any idea of them, but the mirrorless game is really good. For taking photos, optimal. Now Insta360. I still don't really understand them. They now work with Leica on the, what's that name? Action Pro 2 or something like this? Ace Pro 2? Can obviously take great images, even with an action camera with that. That's it. And the anti-gravity crazy drone thing, adjusting the picture after you shot it, like framing done afterwards in the post edit. Like that's like with DJI, they will probably not replace your professional gear for like on assignment and stuff like this, but they are such great tools and they get better and better and they are innovative AF. Now we had Internet Series stuff where we get a little bit more rage bait, a little bit more into conflict. Nikon. I started with a Nikon camera. Nikon makes great cameras. Let's say it like this. The difference between Nikon and Canon is that the ergonomics are not particularly for me. Great image quality. Really, they are really proven. You see Artemis 2. But I always have the feeling like Nikon is always a little bit late to the party. With their video game, which is a different topic, they are really stepping up with buying Red and stuff like that. But you have to give Nikon the respect they deserve. And yes, they could, for me, do a little bit more in the APS-C game. Like, they don't really have a big lineup there with own lenses. The Nikon CFC was a nice idea, but bad executed. The CF, great camera. The CF is full frame, they did a great job. The CFC is an APS-C camera, and they reduced it a little bit too much for my personal taste. Now we head to Panasonic Lumix. If you shoot video, Lumix is great. Absolutely phenomenal video cameras. And insane codecs, great thermal performance, photography. Autofocus, bad. Sorry, but the autofocus on Panasonic is really not good. Can put LUTs on the pictures, which I find is a really nice idea. We still have to find out if this will be a thing which will be consistently used. I like the idea. We will see if they can compete to Fujifilm. I think they feel nice, they have a nice look to it, but just... there is something missing. Hasselblad. That's rage bait, that's pure rage bait. But now listen to me, great image quality. Absolutely ridiculously image quality with medium format and dynamic range and color rendering and everything else, but they are so niche and they are slow and so expensive. The only thing worse in this case is Phase 1, which I even haven't in this list. Hasselblad is great, but special, so special, like that weird move with this ridiculous 100 something megapixel influencer camera. Just weird. And then something which also was very rage baity, Ricoh. Simple answer to that. Ricoh TRs are phenomenal compact cameras, and that's it. Niche. Like a little bit of a one-trick pony. The rest of Ricoh in the digital camera space, some kind non-existing. So now we come to the good part, the seat here. Sony. This set up a lot of people on the internet. Honestly, to set up Sony users isn't difficult. Sony is probably the most technically dominant brand out there. They build awesome sensors, they have an industry-leading autofocus and a constant innovation. But operating a Sony camera feels like writing code in Windows 98. The menus are confusing, I don't like the ergonomics, they feel weird to touch. The overall shooting experience feels like clinical work, like no fun. They build like awesome machines and tech, but that's it. They don't have a vibe for me. The fan base has a vibe for me, but not a good one. I personally don't find them enjoyable. They do have a really nice variety of lenses. Sony cameras can be really affordable, but they are just too surgical. like a tool for me. But that's the point. If you need something that works, you buy a Sony, which is good, but yeah. OM System, formerly known as Olympus, have a vibe to them. They have a pretty good vibe to them. I think they look great. They have a great variety of lenses and optic and stuff like that. Still carrying a certain legacy. They have good stabilization, but Micro Four Thirds always feels like a little bit uphill battle. Something like this. This is like a good term for it. Like, they have a vibe, they have a look to them, they have a fan base. If you like them, great for you. So, then we have Pentax. Awesome brand, but stubborn. Which I kind of respect, to be honest. They just keep producing DSLRs. They just do their thing. In a world where every brand is going mirrorless, they stick to that. In my opinion, it isn't bad, it's just frozen in time, very, very niche. Fascinating that they still exist, to be honest, in like this capitalistic world. But yeah, optical viewfinders, I like them. But yeah, as I said, not bad, but really, really niche. Sigma. Sigma is a weird one. They put out like this great lenses, really great value. I like Sigma lenses, but really niche. Like a lot of potential, probably fun to use, but I don't know. It's like they try. I think they still trying to figure out the rest, but like their market is very dominant with Canon, Nikon, Sony, and the other brands. So now the best of the best. D tier, like these brands, we need to talk. And I make it short. Yashica. What is that? Nostalgia is hitting there, but what they are doing, I have no idea. Kodak, they helped invent digital photography. The brand history is probably a big point if you look into that, where you find out that they went a very weird way, which is leading to like real cheap digital cameras, which are actually bad marketing for the brand, in my opinion, because they deserve much better. Rollei and Contax, probably same thing, names that used to mean a lot. Now there are like echoes of the past, what should I say, cheap Chinese cameras nowadays, and that's probably it. So, that's actually my tier list. I absolutely missed Epson. They had a great camera. It's like an honorable mention. What did I miss? Samsung. Yeah, made digital cameras, compact cameras. I think they even had a DSLR or mirrorless? I don't know. They kind of disappeared in that market. Yeah, I didn't include like iPhones and or smartphones because we talk about proper cameras here. No, just kidding, but like different topic. I think, in my opinion, drop your tier list in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong. And let's turn this into like a whole discussion about camera brands. That would be nice. And if you're a Sony shooter watching this, I know what you're gonna say. I still don't care. No, just kidding. As I said, great cameras, not for me. If you agree with me, you're probably in a minority. And so, I hope I was some kind in focus the whole video. You can like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next video. Goodbye. Interesting setup. So now we have to look. Have we recorded that? That's like half an hour talking. Oh god. Be safe. And maybe even stop the. Can you actually see that? Like I see myself there. This is pretty nice. Oh, my baby heart.